Just waiting to go live. Are we live? I think we're live. Hey, how are you? Hey, I got an email here from Nick. Nick, thank you very much writing for Nick. Thank you for writing, Nick. Jack, how are you? I was a student in your online class over a few months ago. Got my license. Everything's going well. Glad to hear, Nick. Thank you very much for being a part of our online real estate academy.com. And I just had one question. Do you know any good listing sites besides Craigslist, Zillow, and HotPads? My company does rentals in downtown Boston. Having trouble getting leads, and I wonder if I'm missing any major sites. If you have any time to respond to this, I'd be very appreciative. Thank you. Sure, Nick. I'm very happy to help out. I'm really glad that you wrote to me. Thank you. So, you're having trouble getting rental leads. So, first off, you ask about websites like Craigslist, HotPads. There's a whole pile of them. There's always somebody else coming up with a new website. There's PadMapper. There's a whole boatload of them. And the thing with all of these, just like anything on the internet, is the attention is always switching from one to the other. And you really kind of have to have your pulse on everything in order to kind of figure out which one is working. So my strong recommendation would be to, if you have the time slash resources, to be tasting or surveying a little bit of all of those platforms, because you never know what really is going to work. Just because everyone says this is the one today, that doesn't mean that there's nobody on that other one. In fact, there might be some arbitrage opportunity on the other one that some people think is not as popular anymore, but there still might be a lot of good traffic over there. So you've got to kind of play all the angles if you can. So the question itself kind of says to myself, though, doesn't your broker have a list of these? Didn't they provide you with a list? Or if you didn't get one from them, just go out and Google and track them on down. It shouldn't be that hard. Try to put all your listings, as many as you possibly can, out on all those platforms. Just Google it up. Now, Craigslist has always been kind of the bread and butter. And when I was a rental agent a long time ago, you only needed like 30, 40 ads on Craigslist, and you had more leads than you knew what to do with. But I think probably the game has always changed. Craigslist is always a moving target. You've got to keep up with a new strategy. I just went on Craigslist right now, and there's like maybe 1,500 rentals that are live in the neighborhood that you're a rental agent in. But you've got to always kind of keep up with the different strategies there about why your ad might stand out from others. In the Boston market, you probably have some of the same listings that many other agents have, both at your agency and at many other of the agencies. So it's not really the listings that make you stand out in many cases. You might have some exclusives that are exclusive to your agency. That would be great. But in many cases, you're sharing the same listings with other agents at other real estate offices. So in keeping that in mind, you definitely want to make your Craigslist ads different. If you're pulling the data straight out of YGL and you're using the exact same boring headline that everybody else is using, you're not going to stand out on Craigslist. So you definitely have to create customized ads so that these don't look just like spammy postings on Craigslist. So keep that in mind. You probably are aware of penny posting, and you might be using that to generate stock advertisements. I would start to think about creating custom ads with custom headlines that drive more traffic. Hint, hint. But remember, whether it's Craigslist or PadMapper or this Mapper or this Pad, whatever those websites are, it's always a moving target, and you got to kind of keep up with everything else. So always understand the strategies are changing. Whatever works this month might not work 2 months from now. It's always moving. Now, secondly, I had a chance to visit your Instagram, and you've got a pretty good Instagram game going on. Great job, but you're not using it that much for real estate. I did see a little bit about the process of getting the exam done. Way to go. Way to stick with it. Thank you very much. And you could have put a shout out in there for me, just And but anyways, I think you really need to up your Instagram game in terms of apartments. But Jack, I don't have a lot of followers. I don't care. You've got some followers, and of course, you got to play the hashtag game as well. Here's an idea to create some really good content. I bet there are a number of apartments right now that you have listings for that are vacant in the North End. You could probably walk to them. You might even have the keys for these apartments literally in your office. And if not, they're probably in some other office within walking distance from where you are. Uh, Great. That's a content opportunity, right? It's super. You just get the key, it's vacant, you don't have to set it up with the tenant. You get over there and yeah, do a live stream, do Facebook live, Instagram live for you probably. And yeah, build some content there. Get your people knowledgeable that you are also a real estate agent. That's going to do two things for you. First, that's going to create some additional content for your Instagram itself, but also I think it will make you a more knowledgeable agent about what's on the market because you're going to know because you have been to a boatload of apartments. I'd actually, if I was a rental agent in downtown Boston, that would be like part of my daily thing or weekly thing, getting out there, doing Instagram live streams from everything that was vacant. All right, and by the landlord's probably happy to have you come in, pick up the key, and bang that out. I don't see why that would be so a problem. So hey, well, that's just my thoughts off the top of my head. You've really one other thing. Um, you got to start to call on your base. You're in your 20s, if I remember correctly. You probably have a lot of friends and acquaintances that gonna need an apartment. Hit them up, DM them, call them, or email them, or reach out to them in one way or the other, probably Instagram, DM, text, whatever, and say, hey, you guys looking for an apartment this year? And get on that. Instagram those people and DM them. Ask them for the business. Who do they know that is looking for an apartment this year? You start asking that question often enough in a systematic way, you're going to get referrals. All right. Hey, thanks for writing, Nick. Good luck. Have a great day.